All right, now we're going. Technology is hard sometimes. This is Chris Walden talking to you live from South by Southwest 2012 in Austin, Texas. As you can see behind me, it is absolutely beautiful outside. The rain has ended. We're getting kind of a weird little rainbow thing here, but if I turned in any other direction, it would be just too bright to see anything because the sun is just that lovely and it has put everyone in a much better mood. I wasn't originally going to talk about this, but I'm inspired again, and I'm hoping I can explain why. I just got out of a session. It was called an Actors Workshop by Jeffrey Tambor. Now, if you're not familiar with Jeffrey, he's been in all kinds of things. He played Hank, the sidekick on the Gary Shandling show. He was the father on Arrested Development. He's been in all kinds of things, good guys, bad guys. He's also acted, directed, taught actors. And the goal today was he was working with a couple of actors who were trying to uh, get a scene out for a play that they're doing. And he worked with them, and then he also talked a lot about the industry. And while, again, that may not feel directly related to technology and development like we tend to think about it, I think there were an awful lot of lessons. One of the very first things that he brought out when he got into talking about what he was doing and why he was doing it after he'd played with the actors a little bit is that what is going on when you create a film, a play, a television show? It's a collaboration. Let me underline that. It's a collaboration. That means that you have people from all kinds of different disciplines trying to get together to get something done. And they all have their own vision that they've worked on. The writer has done their thing. The director has done his or her thing. I should have said his or her for the writer. I'm sure you understand. Everyone has given this thought from their own perspective. And then finally, everybody gets together on the set and they have to make this thing go. Now, one way to approach that is everybody comes and they put on their game face and they try to bend everything to their will and make it follow exactly what they had in their head. Or you recognize that it is a collaboration and that everyone is going to contribute elements that one or the other wouldn't have brought. The actors and the actor who is chosen is going to bring elements into it that the writer didn't know was going to happen because he didn't know that person was going to be cast. The director is going to bring things out of the location where things end up and the particular mix of things and the tools and technologies and setting that he or she has available, and so on and so on and so on. And so ultimately what happens in a good production is that recognizing this collaboration, everybody draws upon the skills, draws upon what's unique to each player, and everybody ends up giving just a little bit, and everyone ends up, or I guess I should say, bending just a little bit, and everyone ends up contributing, and the sum of all the parts ends up being larger than any individual. Now, in software and how we handle technology, it's exactly the same thing. We have people coming from all different sides. We have the bean counters, we have the executives, we have the coders, we have the marketing people, we may have art involved, all kinds of different elements. And everyone has pictured this from their own skill set, from their own way of looking at it. And they have to collaborate. They have to be willing to bend a little bit when other perspectives come into play, and they have to be willing to take advantage of the skill sets of those other perspectives to make something that is better than any of the individuals. So the collaboration idea came over very, very strongly. I think it's extremely relevant, especially right now when people seem so nervous about the job market and all that kind of thing. They don't want to make waves. They hold back. They hold back. I'm not going to suggest this. I'm not going to push this because someone might get upset, and then what's going to happen? And one of the things he talked about that, again, he was applying it to acting, but it applies to everything. It's about your life. Are you going to settle for what you don't like? You're going to settle for less than you could contribute. Are you going to pull it back all the way so that it makes no difference as to whether it's you or not? Anyone could have done that. You know, why you? Why not you? Um, so one of the things that came out of this was, of course, there were a lot of people go, well, you can't do that. You just get fired. They just won't let you do it if you push. And he talked about the idea of style on that anyone can be talked to. And it's true, anyone can be talked to, but you have to respect who they are. You have to know where they're coming from, and you have to choose the right style, and you have to be nice. You have to be nice about how you approach these kinds of conflicts. Do you want to be the person who's the problem, or do you want to be the person with the solution? And that comes from any level, whether you're someone lower down on the chain or you're someone who's having to manage a lot of this. There are nice ways to approach these things and to draw upon the talents that you have available. So that was very exciting, something very interesting there. He talked a lot about confidence and how everyone uh, brings their own level of confidence to the table, and how easy it is to shatter that confidence by undermining their contribution, by not respecting what they're doing, by just pushing people around, not listening, not paying attention, not adapting to the situation. And that sounds just like every single software project I've been involved with. People either have that quality of, hey, let's get this done together, and they also have that quality of my way or the highway. Which do you think is going to be more successful? He also talked about creating an environment where it's okay for people to take risks and make mistakes. I got this halo thing going on around me because of the lighting. No way to fix that. Sorry about that. Um, just, uh, just assume that my voice carries more weight because of this. But he talked about how easy it is to shatter someone's confidence by getting in their face and not being grateful for everyone who's contributed. And once you shatter someone's confidence, they no longer feel comfortable with their contribution, and all kinds of effects come out of that. People don't give their best work. They don't take risks. People don't take risks. You don't get the gold that you didn't know was there. Instead, what about an environment where people are open to risk? They're open to making mistakes, and that they bring the best they've got. They push it because ultimately they know that everybody's got each other's back. Imagine if that's the way projects work. So again, it's about development as an art. I think looking at other arts, you find all kinds of things, and I was just everybody left that room just so inspired for whatever it was that they did. And I had to share that with you right now. I'm going to be doing some blogging here a little bit about some of the other sessions I've been to, or I may do the video. The video is kind of easy here. Let me know if you're liking the video or if you prefer to read this stuff.